So this deck is a mess, but here's how it kind of all came together. First I wanted to play Blubber Baron plus small time recruits to grab a bunch of 1-drops with battle cries that would buff the Blubber Baron. So I was looking at all the 1-drops and it turns out Paladin has a lot of good 1-drop battle cry Murlocs. Then we just kind of go for some Murloc synergy. And then to go along with the small time recruits, we're also playing some hand buff stuff with the Smuggler's Run and the Grime Street Outfitter. Grime Street Outfitter also happens to have a battle cry which synergizes with the Blubber Baron. And then from that point we're already kind of playing a Murloc package. I wanted to play Hungry Crab because if you have the Summon a Murloc hero power, it's kind of like playing a 3-mana 3/4, which is okay considering the other synergies it has. And then I'm already playing Murlocs, I'm playing a couple beasts. So throw in a Dragon Egg and some Azure Drakes, which the Azure Drakes I arguably wanted to play in the first place. And then we can support Zubat. Zubat also happens to have a battle cry, as does Azure Drake. So these synergies all just kind of come together. And then at the top end, Curator kind of makes sense. Finja kind of makes sense. Finja's not as good in this deck as it is in most other decks that play Finja, because pulling all the 1-drops is kind of bad. But you can pull those out of your deck with small time recruits and increase your odds of pulling like Murloc War Leader. And then I just thought Argus and Consecration and a couple True Silvers also seemed like some good cards to put in the deck. So I'm gonna be real with you, this deck is not very good. We're shooting for that hot 33% win rate. But yeah, win condition, you either do Murloc things, or you get big Blubber Barons and try to win with those. Jake is good. Well, I guess we won't be able to evaluate if that's true since he's playing Shaman. Don't want to play the Smuggler's Run here, doesn't get enough value. I think even if I drew a minion instead of small time recruits I wouldn't have played it there. That is a pretty good turn 1 Shaman play. Maybe this guy is good. My Flame Juggler just dies to that thing, so I don't really see much reason for me to play it. Coin Totem Golem is a much less good play than it used to be now that you don't have Spirit Claws to follow it up on 1 mana. Still strong though. I'm just gonna get some 1-drops here and then try to make a comeback next turn. Or maybe I Consecrate next turn and try to come back after that. Got a lot of Murlocs. Pretty good with a War Leader in my hand. Alright, so he's mid-range. I think it's bad for me that he's mid-range, because True Silver is really nice here. I think I'm going to stop his card draw. I'm more scared of him drawing into his potentially like 6 AoE spells, and just taking an extra 3 from this. And that's why I think I'd prefer aggro to mid-range, because aggro only plays 2 AoE spells. So I'm True Silvering this guy, going for Smuggler's Run, and I'm probably just going to play out all these guys, these 1-drops. I don't get to spend all of my mana, but getting all these 2/4s on the board is pretty strong. And I think with 2 War Leaders in my hand, I might actually prefer the Murloc hero power over the Finley hero power. Although I guess a 1-damage Finley hero power might be pretty good next turn if these guys are running into my 2-power minions. I'll take the Finley hero power, I suppose. Didn't get a 1 damage, but I got life tap, which is really strong. Also, since he's mid-range, he's playing Hex, which is really bad for my Blubber Barons. If I'm feeling lucky, I can go for a Consecration Flame Juggler here. I guess I don't even really have to get that lucky, I can clean up with one of these dudes. I think this is the play. Just hit the 50-50. Unlucky. Not sure why I thought I could hit a 50-50. This is such a different game if I hit that 50-50. I get to have an extra Murloc on my board for my next turn double War Leader. Probably not even worth playing double War Leader now. Although with another Murloc picked up, maybe I just have to go for it. I think I'm just hoping he doesn't have AoE here. I'll make this attack anyway because my Murloc War Leaders are worth protecting a lot more than my Finley. And he's just dead next turn if he can't deal with this board. Hex number 1, Hex number 2, easy game. But now my Blubber Baron is an issue for him. And these are also beasts, so basically get wrecked. I'm definitely playing a Zubat here. This guy's going to be an 8-8. I could play the Hungry Crab to make this guy a 9-9, but I think 8-8's big enough. And the Crab's not really good here, so I'll just take my life tap instead.
That's incredible.
This 8-8 is actually a big deal. Like, how does he deal with it? There's one AoE. He needs more than that. Would I rather tap than play Azure Drake? If I play Azure Drake, the only cards I can't play are other Azure Drake, Finja, and Curator. I think I'll play the Drake over the tap. Those cards don't seem that important. And I'll go ahead and tap here. I don't think playing all of these guys is that strong. Make this trade because these guys are weak and vulnerable anyway, and I want to get this 8 face damage. So I just play this guy out. I still have a small time recruits in my deck with a couple 1-drops. This guy just dies for free to this guy. But if he's taking, I don't know, that doesn't seem like that important of a value trade. I guess I'll just play it. I could have tried to hold it for next turn, but I think I definitely want to play Azure Drake next turn. I probably also want to be spending mana on life tap. And I have some expensive cards in my deck. I don't want to play this Outfitter really, because I want to play True Silver if I can draw it. Although the True Silver is not actually that good here, maybe I don't really care about that. Argus is good though. But making this guy 6/6 is good too. I'll just play it. No, I can't play it because Argus. Right. So just start with Azure Drake. So I can just play all my dudes here. Gives me a decent sized board. I still can't directly deal with these guys, which is annoying. I know he didn't have Lightning Storm like a couple turns ago, but he could draw into it here. I'm gonna tap. I made sure to kill off the thing from below instead of the White Eyes because I don't want him drawing a 5-mana 10/10 taunt next turn. Those trades mean he doesn't have AoE, which is what I want. It's got Aya plus heal though. Come on, Curator, you can do it, buddy. Okay, Argus, you did it too. Unfortunately, I'm not actually in a very good spot here. There's Finja, but I'm out of Murlocs, so that's actually not even a good draw. Well, I guess it means my chum can buff something. How much mana do I have in my hand? I have 10 mana in my hand. Do I ever just play all of these minions here? I'm definitely making this attack every time. This guy can be a 6/6. I mean, I guess I'm just playing my hand here. The only question really is, do I trade with Azure Drake? If I get in the 5 damage, he's at 9. I have life tap, so like True Silver plus Argus or Flame Juggler would be lethal. I think I just want the damage here. It does leave him with this decent trade with Aya. No Taunt Totem, please. Did I win? I won. That's 9 damage, right? Yes.
Uther versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
I don't think Finja is a keep in this deck. Doesn't quite have the impact I'd like with all the garbage 1-drops. I don't think I'd play this thing with no follow-up and no Murloc in my hand. Alright, there's the Blubber Baron. I think I'm just gonna Hero Power Pass here.
Reporting for duty.
This draw, man. This draw. I guess I'm just true silvering this. So does Reno Mage play Mana Worm now? Or is this just Tempo Mage? If he was Tempo Mage, I would have expected a faster start. Just go for Azure Drake. Oh, second Blubber Baron's pretty decent. So next turn I'll have 6 mana. I can Smuggler's Run, Murloc, Murloc, Murloc. And then I guess I could Hero Power. Hopefully I draw another 1 or 2 drop. Would I rather have a 1/1 or whatever I get off Finley? Life Tap would be better, Fire Blast would be better. It's really only those two, but it's fairly likely I get one of those two. I want to get these buffs on Finley because he has the best stat line to get buffed, so that's why I have to do all these other things before discovering the hero power. Fire Blast is excellent. My Blubber Barons are getting pretty big. I don't think I want to use my True Silver charge here. I have 3 charges left, and I'm sure at least one of them is going to be going face this game. But I'm not sure when I'll have the mana to really use it. So here, I can just Hero Power True Silver, deal with this guy, no big deal. That leaves me with 5 mana. I guess I would probably just play the Argus, or I could play a big Blubber Baron. I could also Argus here. This guy would be a 5/7 trade in here and play a 7/7 Blubber Baron. But then I'm pretty weak to Flame Strike, I don't think I want that. So yeah, I think I just like this Argus Fire Blast play. Any chance I buff both of these guys? This guy's already 2 out of range of the of a Flame Strike. Is there that much reason to buff him? I mean, I guess the reason to buff the Finley is Flame Strike is like the only thing I'm concerned about. So I may as well just get the extra stats on the guy that survives.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I serve the Fire Lord.
I have a feeling I'm not going to have fun this turn. If these miss, he's dead, I think. Oh, he has a 0 mana Frostbolt, of course. Face face. Unlucky. Oh wow, his hand was actually disgusting. Okay, well, now we all have some insight as to why Tempo Mage is one of my least favorite decks ever.
Time runs out on me.
Consecration is okay, but I probably still have to True Silver this guy. Although honestly, he just played like every spell in his deck that turn, so maybe this thing's not that threatening. Probably still threatening enough that I want to kill it though. So if I play a 7/7 here, he's already showing 5 that can deal with it, but that is 5 that's not going to my face.
I wonder. For justice.
I think I just need to get a big thing on the board. He's used a lot of his spells. It's not super likely that he can deal with this, but he's also Tempo Mage with 6 cards in his hand. And I'm sure he got Fireball off Babbling Book.
Tonight, a tale of true terror. Just a spell. I will.
How does he still have so many 0 mana spells? He's hacking. Consecration's pretty decent here. then I guess I'm just playing Finja and True Silvering into this guy. He's used, what, both Arcane Missiles, a Fireball, a Frostbolt. I guess there's still actually a pretty decent chance I die here. If he just doesn't draw his Fireball, I think I can win this game. I can guarantee 2 War Leaders off my Finja next turn. Oh my god. That was so bad for me. So, oh wait, no, I can't guarantee it because I still have 5 1-drops in my deck. But I can make it, I can give myself better odds. Well, I made a really impressive board, but he's probably just gonna deal damage and kill me this turn anyway. But even if I die here, at least I put 33 power on board.
Uther versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
I will fight with honor.
I got a good 1-drop, I got a buff card. Pretty decent hand so far. I guess I don't really know if he's going to be Reno Warlock or Zoo, but I think I make this keep either way. I'm just going to play this here, and then my next turn is probably Outfitter, Coin, Inquisitor. And then, who knows, I might even play Blubber Baron after that. He'll be a 5/5. Okay, so looks like it is Reno Warlock. Not really unexpected. I wish I had a turn 3 play here other than Blubber Baron, but I just don't. He can't really deal with this board at all on turn 4, so I should be pretty much guaranteed to land an Argus next turn. Maybe I even True Silver here. If I play Argus, my Blubber Baron goes down to a 5/2. I don't like the thought of a 5/2 Blubber Baron. Gets AoE'd a little bit too easily. I'll just try to keep a couple big dudes on the board. Maybe if I had positioned my board a little bit different and I could have just sent the Blubber Baron in and then Argus the other 2, maybe I would have felt a little bit better about it. And I guess my Argus is pretty big himself, so it wasn't that likely that an AoE would deal with it. Maybe I should have just played Argus there. Argus is going to do some good work this turn, though.
My shield for honor.
Do I play this guy? How much damage do I have here? 18? Not really sure if playing this guy matters at all. Hold back on my weapon because he's going to play Reno this turn.
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
He's still dead on board.
Side effects.
Oh, I killed him. Nice. I was starting to wonder if it was possible to win games with this deck.